To do a satin stitch applique, you can start by choosing a zigzag, stitch number 2, put an open toe foot number 20 on, but there's some settings that need to be done. Now, before I'm done, I am going to show you, you actually have a built-in satin stitch on this machine. But let me show you how this works and what you're looking for. So first off, when you sew a zigzag, it's very open. You're going to find you're going to need to shorten this stitch length depending on your thread thickness. You will be what determines the stitch to be tight enough on your fabric. How close those stitches are really give you the right look when you sew. So I always try to get my students to make it so it looks totally filled in. If necessary, adjust your tension so it pulls a little bit more to the back side so you have a really pretty rounded edge over the stitch. Now right now the stitch is stitching right down the middle of this foot. I have nothing really to guide on other than just the swing of the needle. So sometimes what I like to do is actually move my needle position to the far right. That allows me to use kind of the inside of the toe as a guide, and it is a lot easier to kind of visualize where to guide the fabric if I have moved the stitch to the right. That makes a difference. Now here is where that built-in satin stitch hangs out. It is in the quilt menu, and if you scroll down to 13:15, it will preset you into a stitch width and length that is really good. Now once again, it is in the center, so if you do like that off to the side, go ahead and adjust it. But again, defining what the width is, that's going to be all determined by your style of look that you're after. But I will tell you that stitch length is already to the right setting without me having to do a lot of work. So remember how I had to start and I had to adjust the stitch length, and then I had to move my needle over, and then look how perfect that built-in stitch is. So don't forget that that is there. It is in the quilt menu, and it is a wonderful way of doing satin stitching.